Good day everyone and welcome back to LKNPlays Minecraft. So guys, this is what I've done so far in our another project that we started in creating a fortress type area with another. I did have to light it up a bit because the green is so low in color that it just didn't look nice. But it's starting to look okay now. It kind of looks like carpet even though it's leaves. One problem that I've noticed while building is that I kept on getting attacked by ghasts, and they kind of cause a big problem since I'm making everything out of wood. It causes some fires, and I've had to redo a lot of the walls because of some fires that were started. And one layer of cobblestone just isn't enough, and so I would either have to use a ton of obsidian, which I'm not ready to do right now because of how much resources it's going to take to do that. The alternative is to do multiple layers of cobble, and I think 3 or 4 layers should be good. So this is the first layer. I would have to do a couple more layers, and it's a lot of cobblestone. And because of all the recent projects I've done, it seems that I have depleted all my cobblestone resources. So I was thinking what I could do, and instead of doing a lot of mining, which I just don't feel like doing right now, I think we're gonna try to what I'm gonna try to do is make a cobblestone generator. And because I've made made a couple before in different projects, and it's always been like the easiest way to do it, and it's kind of a fun little build. So I thought I might as well do it in front of you guys on camera and try to make it some sort of a tutorial. Hopefully it'll be something you guys can benefit from. Although I'll be kind of figuring it out as I go too, since it's been a while since I built my last one. And I've decided to build here since obviously we have this really cool thing going where we are integrating all these layers into our building. So the next best place would be here. And I've cleared out some room here. This is where the cobblestone is hopefully going to come up. And I've kind of targeted this middle area. This is where it's going to come. And I've also drawn a plus sign over there to show, kind of give me an idea where I need to build the generator itself. And so basically what I'm hoping is that the cobblestone will come up from here, and all I have to do is come here and just grab all the cobblestone and go. And maybe also, since the item sorter is here, we could actually somehow figure out a way to connect this to that, and that way we could have cobblestone being automatically filled into our chests, which would be pretty cool. But for now, we're just going to do the generator because I do want to get the other project, continue on the other project that we started. So yeah, and I did kind of plan this out, so I did get a bunch of other stuff I might need, and that way I don't have to keep stopping the video and going to get more resources. Let me just grab some of this stuff quickly. I hope to try to keep this a quick video, but it might take a bit of time just to figure out where the wiring should go and stuff. I made some room right here for the wiring because I need to have a small clock. I need to have the small clock there so that the generator kind of turns around. So let's start by placing the pistons. So the point of the piston is to push the cobblestone that's been freshly made up into our room where we could get cobblestone, and hopefully it doesn't go too high because I do have other things going on above that room, so hopefully that's not going to happen. The cobblestone will be generated in the right here above the piston, and this is where the water block will be that we need. And each of the above this area is where it's going to be where the lava is going to be. So first thing we want to do is do some wiring. So I've marked out this spot right here, and we're just going to do a quick clock around there. Hopefully that's enough, and okay, maybe not too long. Let's see how it works out, and then if it's not how we want, we could always adjust it. And we're gonna need a button. So I got a couple buttons here. I'm just gonna place it here for now. Later on, I do want to wire this so it goes all the way up, and it'll make it easier for me to switch it on and off from up there. But the button just creates that pulse that goes around, but it will not be. It needs to be turned off too, so we'll have to create a way to turn it off later. But for now, we just need some quick and simple clock. Hopefully, oh, it's not long enough. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's weird. Let's just increase the time a bit, and we'll slow it down once we built it. So still, oh, that was weird. Okay, that was my mistake. I had it pointed the wrong way. Alright, so now the clock is working and it's going around. So we could take that signal, and bring it out and use some redstone wiring. So we are gonna have to dig a hole here. At least I do in my builds. You might not have to. You could probably find a way around it. But I like to keep everything at ground level, so building a hole here just makes it easier. And out. That'll come out. So as you can see, this already started working from the clock. And we're gonna create another one right here. And another one right here. And obviously the last one right here. Now we're gonna have to put, I do like having them separated, so this one has one tick, this one has another tick, this one has another tick, and this one has the last tick. So they kind of go around. It's kind of cool. Alright, so now that we have that working, we'll probably even turn it off for now, just because it's going to be annoying. Okay, I need some, you know what, there's one thing I forgot, which is stairs, because we're going to need some stairs to get this to work properly. Can you make stairs like this? I don't think you can. You need, yeah, I'm going to need a crafting table. So let me just quickly go up. Alright, I got the stairs and just place them right here so that it looks like that. And the wire still continues under because of the way the stairs are designed. And just keep placing that right there around all of them. And this is where the lava is going to fall down once we put in the lava. So that's why we need the stair there, otherwise it's going to mess up all the wiring. Now just place these blocks all around. You actually don't even need these blocks, but I like having it completely full. So just keep doing it this way. You could probably make it look better too, but yeah, let's just do it like this for now. So we need one block there, one there, and make kind of a flower-like design. I want to get up here before I mess up. Alright, so that, and I'm just making sure that I'm not messing up. It's going to be annoying to break it all down again. One thing I didn't remember from back then was it was kind of buggy back then, so I don't know how efficient it's going to be. Hopefully it'll be some sort of functional, at least a little bit. Another thing I remember is that it needs to be a bit tall too. Otherwise the lava block, if the water accidentally gets into this side, then the lava block will turn into I think either obsidian or stone, one of the two. So we don't want that to happen. That's why we have the lava block. That's why we have the lava block one here. We place it right there, and it'll just go. So for now, we're just gonna put some cobble here, even though it'll. These are the points where the cobble is gonna get pushed up. So the water is gonna get placed right there. And you know what? I'll actually place it here, and hopefully that's not gonna be a problem. So before we proceed, we're going to have to turn on the clock, make it run. And just so I could see what's going on, I'm going to make a little stair here. Yep. Alright, so now that's working. You know what, let's try to put the lava before putting anything else. So what we want to do is, let's try that, and you know what, I think we need to have them all extended. So let me just put that lever that I had and just power it all up. Alright, now let's put in the lava. So one at a time, let's put it and hopefully not fall in. That would really be bad. That is annoying to have to do that. Okay, so placed all the lava and they're not touching because the pistons are powered. Now we're going to turn off the piston, turn it on again. Not sure if it did anything. You know what, let's connect it to the clock now, and alright, we're getting something now. Hopefully it's working on all sides. Is it? It is. It looks like it at least. Hopefully it didn't get jammed. It did get jammed, okay. So as you saw, it did work for a bit and it gets buggy until you get it just right. So let's just figure out what went wrong here. What I do think is that lava formed here. No, it did not. Alright guys, so I did figure it out. There was no difference. There's not much you need to change. The only thing I did was I placed it. It's gonna be annoying. I placed the water block one block lower, so on the main one, right at the bottom, and that's not really the biggest change I did. What I did do to fix it was I made the clock a little bit faster. The time just wasn't right and it was causing a lot of jamming up. So what I did was I made each of these, as you can see there's 6 here in the clock, and I made each of them only a single tick, so only one, so like there, and that seems to do the trick. It just makes it just gives it the right amount of time for the blocks to form. And what happens is, now that it's like that, the blocks will form and they get pushed up. As you can see, it kept on getting pushed up, and where the ground was, that's this block right here. And since there's blocks above it, it's just going to stop right there. It's not going to go any higher because pistons can only push so much. So every time you break a block, a new block will be put in its place. So that makes it. That's the reason it's a cobblestone generator, because it creates new blocks where blocks did not exist. So it's really great for getting a lot of building material really fast, especially if you're building a cobblestone, which I am. So that's the thing. I just need to fill up the middle part, hopefully really quickly. Yeah, just so items don't fall down there. That's why. I mean, it's not gonna do anything. It's not gonna clog in there because I'm pretty sure it'll just be burned by the lava once the water pushes it into it. But it's nice that way you don't accidentally fall into the middle of the system. So now it's working. It's running fine. And the only thing you need to do is, the only thing I need to end up doing is I need to set up a way to turn it on and off from up here. So I'll probably just run some redstone wire up here, and have a lever to turn it on and off, and the button to turn it on. Sorry, the lever to turn it off, and the button to turn it on, or at least create the pulse. So let's see if we can get that working as well. I think we might have to extend this a bit to make that work. So maybe just putting it here with a single tick. And let's put some redstone here. Break that. Alright. Now that that's done, what we can do is make some more room. So I do not have a shovel. It's gonna be annoying. But basically we're just gonna clear this area and put a piece of cobblestone right here, and we'll just put another repeater here. Hopefully that's not going to affect the timing a bit. We'll see. If so, we'll just make this a single or noted. And I'm going to put a sticky piston. It's important that you put a sticky piston here so that it could both push and pull. And now let's just pull that wire up. It's annoying without the shovel. And I apologize for that delay. But let's just deal with this for now. And we just pull this wire all the way up. And it'll be good. But let's test it out first just to make sure it works. So the idea behind this is that it's going to be powered by that, and it's going to push this forward, this block. And now once we trigger the clock, the block will pass this information through, hopefully. Let's just make sure it's working. Alright guys, so that's how it looks. I just increased the timing on this, just one for each, and it seems to be doing the trick now. Since I finished doing the testing and it works, I did pull all the wires up, and just to show you guys how it's wired before I do the finishing touches. This is how it looks. So we would enter here, and obviously this is all going to be in our wooden, like this kind of design later, but just for now you could see the wiring. This switch allows you to turn the machine on and off. So right now it's off since the lights are not lit. Later on maybe I'll add a lamp or something here so I could see the lights. So when this is off, you could break this the cobblestone here and nothing's gonna happen. It's not gonna remake itself, and it's just off. And I like having the option to turn switches off because it uses less resources on the computer when it's running, when it's off, and it uses more when it's running. So it's pretty cool like that. So, and that way this room can just be made, like for example, if I made the whole floor out of cobblestone, it just looks like an empty room with some switches on the side, because you would not know what it's for. And when I pull that switch, this signal goes down into the system and it makes this come out. And when it comes out, it completes the circuit, and that way when the signal is there, it'll just continue the circuit. And to trigger the signal, you need to press the button right beside the torch right here. It's kind of hard to see now, but later on this will probably be wood, so it'll be easier to see. When you click on the button, it sends that signal down and turns on the clock. And when it does, as you can see, it starts building the cobble. And now it's just going to complete itself. And as you can see, it's fully done and ready to go. So now every time when I break the cobble, it'll put a new one in its place, and you could just do this forever if you want and get a ton of cobble. So just make sure you get something from the middle. If not, the alternative option is to fill up the middle column with something, a material or something, so that items cannot go in the middle. It's also a pretty great hiding place as well. So just a thought. Anyway, when you're done, you could just turn this off and it'll stop at wherever it stopped, and it won't cycle anymore. So it's a great place to do any maintenance or whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the whole idea behind it. If you guys do want anything more of a tutorial, if you want me to build this in some sort of sandbox and show you exactly where the blocks need to go and so on, just let me know and I'll do that for you. But otherwise, yeah, hopefully this will be beneficial to you. It has become very beneficial to me over the time. Just make sure you don't fall into the lava, especially if you're in survival mode and you have all the stuff. And I like to just cap it off and then mark it with a torch so I know that's where the lava is. Anyway guys, that's been the, I guess, a quick tutorial on how to make a cobblestone generator. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something from it. So as usual guys, please remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel and check out our other videos, and please share this with your friends. Until next time guys, peace.